Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CCBC Essex as we have women's soccer action here once again for you in the Coliseum, as the Knights will be taking on the Mustangs of Monroe Community College. And we should have a good contest in front of you. Monroe comes in with a lot of firepower offensively. And the Knights come into today's contest one of the more defensively sound teams in the conference. So it is a power versus speed game. We'll see which one wins first. Some last-minute adjustments being made there from the Knights, or last-minute coaching tips. See what the first half strategy will be for Coach Fiedler and his team. This is their second game this week. They played on Friday. They were victorious in a hard-fought victory. Let's see if they can keep that winning streak going. They're actually right now undefeated in the month of October, and before Friday they had yet to give up a goal in the month of October as well. But as of right now, we stand on, I believe, what's today, the 12th? No, the 14th, excuse me, here on October 14th. The Knights have only given up one goal so far in the month of October. Once again, Taylor Redkowski in the net for the Knights. Peyton Abruzzi still dealing with the injury. That's keeping her out of the goal. Nice start there. West gets the steal on that far sideline, plays it into the middle. Santoro is there, but a good defensive effort. Number 3, Grace Bushin, got that ball out of the box area, but did get a corner kick for the Knights. Here's Michaela Boyle. First opportunity of the game comes early, 30 seconds into the first half. Already with a great opportunity here, the Knights. Boyle, ball's in the air. Good corner. Great defensive effort there from number 20. And the Mustangs find themselves offsides. Mustangs forward looking up as to say, how, was that me? It was. It's one of the things that this Knights team does so well defensively, and it's really a staple of a Coach Fiedler-led team, is the men's team that he's the head coach of here at CCBC Essex. Their defense shares this trait as well, but the defensive line does a great job of moving as a unit. You never really find one player holding back. No, they move as a unit up into the midfield line, and they get a lot of those offsides calls on the long pass. Almost one right there, but it sneaks through. D'Amico and Katowski's there. Katowski came off the line and left the net open. Almost an opportunity. Not a great angle, though, for the shot. That's why the bad miss. But, man, that was an early good opportunity for Monroe. Almost went their way. Another opportunity here from Monroe. Shot, saved. And that is a tough save to make. Rusa Arario, 5'9" sophomore out of Finland, leading the team in goals big time here for Monroe. She's got 40 goals on the year. And another offsides call. And once again, The arms are up into the air as to say, that can't be me. Here comes Monroe. Another great opportunity. It's a one-on-one breakaway. Could finish. Shot. No good. Wow. Man, if I was a betting man, I would have put my money on goal there. That was a great opportunity. One-on-one breakaway, and exactly who you wanted to have it, too. Number 20, Rusa Orario, is carrying that ball into goal-scoring area. Just missed. Quick one touch over onto the far sideline. No one was there other than Knights players. The Knights, 30 seconds into the first half, had a corner kick, but no offense since then. Not much of a surprise. We knew this was going to be a struggle. Two teams that want to do two different things, or are known for two different things, excuse me. Monroe, high-powered offensive team. Knights, high-powered defensive team. Just a classic Patriots-Ravens game, almost like. Good kick. Put that into a dangerous area. Make Monroe make the play, and that's exactly what they did. They made the nice defensive effort, put a stop to that momentum that the Knights were starting to build up after that free kick. Boyle, good defensive effort from the midfield position. There's a great effort defensively from Eski, excuse me. A long pass doesn't find anyone. Santoro couldn't chase up to that one. Here comes Monroe once again. Oh, what a through ball. Gets through. Another one-on-one breakaway. Shot. This one's good. Same area the first shot was supposed to go to. We got our first goal of the game, almost a full 6 minutes into the first half. Monroe is finally struck. Monroe had about 3 opportunities already in the first half. Finally, on the third one, find a way to break through the net. Katrina Yenser, freshman out of Avon, New York. Most of the players listed here on Monroe's score sheet are from the New York area. Do have a couple players from Maryland, though. Number 17, Ariana Green, is from Bowie, Maryland. And number 12, Kimberly McPherson, is from Baltimore, Maryland. So a trip back home for her. The way Rusa Arario's chewing ref's ear off, you'd think this is a Premier League game. Not going to get the ref to change his mind. He saw it one way. That's the way it's going to go. Knights finally get going back here. Get that ball back into their offensive zone. Make the Monroe defense work a little bit. Done a lot of standing around, not working much, as most of this game has been spent in the defensive zone of the Knights. Still only a one-goal game. Here's an opportunity for the Knights' far sideline. Juju Melendez. Santoro tries to get over to somebody. Find a teammate. It's a great opportunity, one-on-one. Oh, wow! Man, Rusa Arario's 40 goals coming into this contest, but she's missed 2 one-on-one breakaway shots. So if you hadn't seen her play up until then, you wouldn't believe that she had 40 goals. The accuracy not there on the boot right now. First one was wide of the net altogether. That one got saved by the friendly neighborhood post. And the offensive outburst for Monroe finally comes to an end. Knights take over, goal kick, as we've played almost 10 minutes here in the first half. Let's see if the Knights can find some offensive footing in this game. They're going to need to. I need to answer back quickly. Don't want to give Monroe a lot of chances at that 1-0 lead. Want to tie that up 1-1 as quickly as possible. Keep it 1-0. Before you know it, it'll be 2-0. The way this Monroe offense is looking right now. The way they're moving the ball. More importantly, a couple long passes have found their way to goal scoring area once again here. Turn, shot, save, Katowski. Point blank, man. Sometimes you play goalie. It doesn't matter if it's soccer, lacrosse, hockey. Man, sometimes you play that goalie position. It's kill or be killed on a shot. That time, Katowski decided that she didn't want to be killed. Wanted to live for another day. Ball on that far sideline. Throw in. Possession arrow still with Monroe. Started to rain here at the Coliseum. Sure, not playing much of a factor right now, but if it continues to rain, I'm sure it will be playing a factor into the second half. Turf starts to get more slick, may affect the passes and slide tackling as well, of course. Another through ball. That one's offsides, not by much, but it was indeed offsides, maybe just by half of a step. The Knights were about to take that free kick, and then the ref blew the whistle, told one of the Monroe players to come over, wanted to have a word. Sure, something was said that he heard that he didn't like. Was having a conversation with Justina Mencius, freshman out of Ontario, Canada. Through ball, Eski's there. Can she get in front? She can't. And it's the second goal of the game for the Knights. Ratowski puts the arms up in frustration. Nothing really she could do about that one, but not much her defense could either. That was a perfect pass to a player that was in a perfect position. Eski tried to make up for it, make the effort play, but a little bit too late. Second goal of the game for Monroe. They're up 2-0 now. 33 minutes and some change left to play in the first half. High-powered defense. It's no match for the high-powered offense right now. Boyle trying to play it down. Or at least just get possession of the ball. Knights in their offensive zone. Try and get possession. So more of the same there again. Katrina Yenser, number 9, now 2 goals in the first half. One away from joining that hat trick club. Here's Bailey D'Amico. First time we said her name here this afternoon. First time we said, well, that's not a slight on her, though. There's been a lot of offensive players here for the Knights who haven't had their names heard yet. Jocelyn Martinez-Morphing got beat there. Good position. But better footwork there from the midfielder. Heskey almost got beat as well, but the ball ended up being played out of bounds. This offense for Monroe came to play. Good job switching fields there. The long pass, it's there, turns on the Jets, here it comes. Finally, third time, excuse me, that's the fourth time. Fourth time's the charm for Arario. Got the goal. Tough afternoon for the Knights continues. And all 3 goals here for Monroe have come from the same way. The long pass, the through ball gets through the defense of the Knights, finds the streaking player, and they were able to finish. There's Monroe near sideline after a short offensive possession for the Knights. Hot potato, Monroe gets in front, takes it near sideline, carrying it into the middle. Shot, and what a save initially, but I don't think she made it on the rebound. She did, wow. Oh no, that was a goal. Wow, A for effort. I'm sure it doesn't feel like it right now. Under 30 minutes left to play in the first half, already down 4-0. Not going to be any effort grades out there, but that was a tremendous effort. This is just a very good Monroe team.
Monroe goal scored by number
That goal for Monroe scored from Paige McGrath, number 4, sophomore out of Brockport, New York. Far sideline for Monroe. Good pressure being applied by the midfielders for the Knights. Trying to get some momentum here in this game. There's going to be a trip from behind. Accidental, I'm sure. Good kick down the field. Made it. Madison D'Amico had to work extra to get that ball out of bounds. Possession will remain with Monroe, though. Can they make their lead a little bit bigger here? Nor will the Knights find the play that gets some momentum on their side. 4-0's going to be a huge hole to climb out of, but it only takes one play to get momentum rolling on their side. Through ball that finds a goal scorer. Nice slide tackle. Hey, could be that great effort in the cage. Who knows? Knights working the ball up on the far sideline. Throw in. Juju Melendez will come up, take the throw. Halpin had a hard time controlling it. And Halpin and Melendez ran into each other. Luckily for them, the ball went out of bounds. Didn't give an opportunity at the quick transition game for Monroe. Comes Monroe trying to turn the corner, get around the defensive unit for the Knights. Good defensive play there from Eske, and that one was obviously an illegal throw-in. Monroe player was about 2 yards onto the field. It's the yellow line. I know it could be a little confusing. Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin. It's got to be frustrating in a situation like this. You got to throw in that's not in a great area. You're already down by 4. You don't want to turn the ball over in your defensive zone on a throw-in. Another illegal throw-in there from Monroe. I was saying it's got to be frustrating when the Knights players, a game like this, nothing's gone right so far. Trying to figure out something to do to get some momentum on your side. It's kind of one of those games where you want to see your team turn it around in the first half, of course, but what you really want to see is your team turn it around in the second half. You have the talk with your coach at halftime, make a couple adjustments, and you see the effort and the play pick up in the second half. Here in the first half, it's just not going to go. It just hasn't gone, the Knights' way so far. There's a through ball, offsides, not by much, but indeed offsides. Just wanted to see that ball hit the back of the net, though, just for good measures. I'm sure the ref just told her, now you hear that whistle, you got to stop. Here comes Monroe after quick turnover there by the Knights. Same position. Found themselves just a moment ago. Katrina Yenser with the ball. Going on a one-on-one breakaway. And Katrina, first half hat trick for Monroe. They're up 5-0 here in the first half. Kayla Boyle, nice job there. Just controlling that ball. Almost was stolen away from her. Ball's up in the air. Good defensive move there from Grace Bushin. Stole it away right out of midair. Bailey D'Amico did a good job using the body to shield the defender away from the ball, get possession to the Knights again. Sadly, they couldn't hold on to it for very long. Monroe is in control again, defensive zone. A little hot potato game amongst the defenders right now, waiting for something to open up. We have played 20 minutes, over 20 minutes so far here in this first half. Score is 5-0 right now in favor of Monroe. I said, excuse me, at the beginning of this game, this is going to be an offense versus defense kind of game. The Knights like to keep things low scoring, play good defense, let the opportunities come to them. Monroe, the opposite. They want to put the pressure on early and often with their offensive firepower, and they've done that so far here in this game. Boyle, just a misstep there, couldn't get to that one, but Bailey D'Amico puts it into the offensive zone for the Knights, puts the pressure onto Monroe, makes them make the play, and the play they decided to make was kick it out of bounds. Give possession back to the Knights, in their offensive zone. Let's see if they can get something going here. Finally get the lid off the jar that they call the goal. Well, pushing and shoving there from Monroe gives possession to the Knights once again. Good opportunity for them. It's a free kick. About 15 yards out of the box. Far sideline. Decent goal scoring area. Put it into the middle. Let somebody try and do something with it. Boyle got ahead on it. West was there to try and finish it off, but one of the Monroe players got to it first. Eski will put it in that's Madison D'Amico. D'Amico will put it into the box only to watch it be caught by Merrill Wakefield, the goalkeeper for here's Monroe, midfield line. Playing a little game of keep away right now from the Knights. Doing a great job with the one-touch passes and quick, short passes. Just making the forwards and midfielders for the Knights work to get that ball. Eventually they did, but couldn't do anything with it. Coaching staff for Monroe signaling to switch the field. It was a good call, too. No one was over here on this near sideline. Once they got that ball over onto the near sideline, they didn't control it for long. But they gave it to the Knights, and they couldn't control it for long either. Meeting of the minds there near the midfield line. Monroe player number 18, Katrine Reynoldson collided with Caitlin Jackson. Jackson was the one who picked up the foul. There's an opportunity shot. What a save! Rakowski, what a save. And she had made a tremendous effort like that earlier in the game. Couldn't make the second effort, though. That time caught it cleanly. A tremendous save on a day that she'll like to forget, I'm sure. Monroe player came in like a missile, going after the loose ball that wasn't. Got a stern talking to from the ref afterwards. Under 20 minutes left to play now here in this first half. Two teams looking forward to the halftime whistle for two very different reasons, I'm sure. Good job. Quick free kick there taken by Monroe. Try and catch the Knights off guard and out of position. It worked for a moment, but Juju Melendez turned the Jets on, got back into position. Was able to make the save. Monroe will still have possession here as we're getting close to the 15-minute mark of this first half. Some substitutions coming into the game for the Knights. Sure we'll be seeing some of the bench unit for Monroe as well here as we head into the second half. Haven't seen many substitutions for them so far. Santoro, far sideline. Can she control it? Top potato in the air. Gracie Halpin gets it. Tried to find Boyle on a through ball, but got sniffed out by a Monroe defender. Here comes Monroe once again. There's Yenser. Another chance. Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin's right on her backside and makes a tremendous defensive play. That's all effort from Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin. She didn't end up making the tackle, but just her presence being there forced the Monroe player to make a mistake. And Yenser making some hand motions out there. Man, I don't know if it's at the ref or a teammate. Regardless, she thought something should have happened there that didn't happen. The big reason why it didn't happen. Great effort play from number 13, Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin, the freshman out of, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, Mexico. I don't want to do her hometown a disservice by butchering it here on the broadcast. Knights with possession, far sideline, long throw. There's Halpin. Halpin got it right back after that throw-in went off the head of a Monroe player. Halpin got it back, put it into the box, only to have it picked up by the goalkeeper, Merrill Wakefield. Through ball finds its way through. Here's Rusa. Shot. Gets the second goal. She had missed 2 big shots earlier in the game. Her third one was a goal. Her third shot was a goal, and her fourth shot will be a goal as well. That puts her now at 42 goals on the season. Man, look at this. Coming into the game, she had a shots on goal percentage of 66%. That's insane. It's like shooting 50% from the three-point line in the NBA. 60% of the shots she's taking this season end up being shots on goal. That's efficient offense. Here's another stat, interesting stat from Monroe. Katrina Yenser has a hat trick with goals, but Theana Zervis has a hat trick with assists. She's got 3 assists already here this afternoon. Theana, a sophomore from Kalamata, Greece. She actually spent her high school days in Greece as well. 4th General High School of Kalamata. That's what it says here on my score sheet. Long way from home. Under 15 minutes to play. Rusa's got another chance. Could be a third goal of the game. Shot, goal. It's good. Shooting a good percentage again. She missed 2. She's had 5 shots on goal here. She's had 5 total shots. Excuse me. One of those shots was not on goal. She's had 5 total shots here. 4 of them on goal. And 3 of them 4 goals. After the goal scored by Monroe, Knights have possession here. Monroe is now up 7-0 in the first half. The Knights got to be looking forward to that second half. Be interesting to see what kind of second half adjustments they make. I'm sure Coach Fiedler and his staff know that this game has already been decided, but I'm sure he'd like to see some changes in his team moving into the second half. Maybe a little bit better effort. Maybe some kind of defensive adjustment. I'm not sure. But I'm sure we'll see some kind of adjustment. A game like this, what you really want to see as a coach, you want to see something that gives you some hope. Not that he doesn't already have hope in his team, but a game like this could kill off a lot of hope in your team moving forward into tournament time. But a nice little comeback effort in the second half do a lot to give your team momentum heading into the next game. Keep away game is being played right now by Monroe. Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin said enough is enough. Makes the interception, pass up the field. No one's there. Well, excuse me. It's not that no one's there. It's just no one's fast enough to get to that ball. Michaela Boyle was there, as well as Olivia Masadi. A defensive play at the midfield from Gracie Halpin. She wanted to get that ball right back, but way too far out in front of her. The effort from the midfielders for the Knights has certainly been there. And the defense as well. And they've definitely found themselves out of position a few times that has given Monroe the chance for the long pass, which is how they've gotten most of their goals. But it's not a reflection of their effort, that's for sure. There, once again, great effort. Taylor West trying to close out on the ball carrier for Monroe. Maybe force a steal or a bad pass. Eske almost stole that one. Through ball, doesn't find anyone, and eventually goes onto the foot of a Monroe player who buries it into the back of the net for their 8th goal of the first half. So with 10 minutes and 24 seconds in the first half, the nightmare continues for Coach Fiedler and his squad.
Monroe goal scored by number 5, Taylor Clark. Time of the goal, 34 minutes, 36 seconds.
A good through ball almost found its way to a Monroe player. Instead, Juju Melendez turned on the Jets, made a nice effort play to kick that out of bounds. The offense is still rolling here for Monroe, not slowing down one bit. Still got a lot of the starters out there. Here's a turn, shot, and a goal. It's the 3rd one of the game for Rusa Ario, excuse me. So after missing 2 pretty wide open shots earlier in this first half, Rusa has picked up the effort and finished 3 since then. She's 3 for 5 on shots. Pretty good ratio.
Monroe scored by number 20, Rosa Rio. Assisted by number 10, Denise Zerba. Time to goal, 35-40.
Monroe still with possession here as we are now under 9 minutes left to play in the first half. Monroe will take over possession there. Quick hot potato game was lost there from the Knights. They were the last one to touch it as it goes out of bounds. West just trying to get that ball out of the defensive zone. She couldn't, but Santoro finally did. Give a chance for the defense to catch their breath and regroup. They have spent pretty much this entire first half on their heels. Scoreboard shows it. Rusa showing exactly where she wanted the through ball there. She didn't get it, but she gets the ball there after the throw-in. Monroe is hungry for goals here this afternoon. They're still hunting for more. As they play the ball back to the goalkeeper, Merrill Wakefield. A few times we've seen him play the hot potato, or excuse me, the keep-away game. Sure we'll be seeing more of that in the second half. Quick passing from Monroe. Now a long pass. Finds Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin. Wakefield coming off the line. And she kicks that over to a teammate now. Just over 5 minutes left to play in this first half. This nightmare first half is almost over for this Knights team. Monroe has space. Go for the pass. It's a great through ball. Not much of an angle, though, for a shot. That's no problem for Rusa, though. Great fancy footwork. Plays the ball behind her back. Puts it over onto the left foot and finishes. And that is 10 unanswered goals to start this game here for Rusa Ario and Monroe Community College. Rusa now has 45 goals on the season, 5 of those coming here this afternoon. Monroe with control right now. Good pressure being applied by West. Another through ball almost led to a goal. Paige McGrath was there in a great position. This time she'll field it cleanly, have a chance, turn, shoot. Saved initially and can't be saved on the rebound. Juju Melendez was there trying to kick it out, but instead she watched it roll into the back of the net for the 11th goal of the game. Played back to Wakefield. It seems like it's been Taylor Clark, the first non-starter for Monroe to get a goal here this afternoon. Sophomore out of Rochester, New York. Spent her high school days at Gates Chili High. Boyle plays it up to West. West turning the Jets on and steals it away from the defender for Monroe. Plays it into the middle, and a tremendous effort from Wakefield. Knew that her clean sheet was dangling in front of her right there. That could have easily been the first goal of the game for the Knights. Wakefield, she doesn't just want the W. She wants the clean sheet as well. Monroe played up near sideline. 2 minutes and 30 seconds is all that's left in this first half. Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin, great defensive play there. Good clean tackle on that near sideline. Look for a second. That's Monroe is going to roll again towards a 12th goal. Now under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Nice defensive play. Far sideline. One of the midfielders made that play. I think that was Jessica Silveria. It was indeed. Another good play there on the defensive side from Jessica. Couldn't control that one. Rolled out of bounds. Monroe takes possession. Far sideline, working it back towards the defense. Game of keep away is on right now. Now turning, Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin, great position. Got the ball away and out of bounds. Samantha Gissel was ready to turn up the field, and that was all she wrote for that offensive opportunity for the Knights, for Monroe. Halpin couldn't catch that one cleanly. That one will roll to Rakowski. Sure, her teammates would have liked her to just hold on to that ball for the final 20 seconds. And this will be all she wrote, I'm sure, is now under 10 seconds to play in the first half. Adria Kaczynski got a talking to from the ref there because of the penalty that was just called on Monroe, and this first half, the nightmare first half, finally comes to an end for Coach Fiedler and his squad as they give up 11 unanswered goals in the first half. We'll be back with the second half after this short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the rest of the second half, and hopefully the second half looks better than the first half did for the Knights. As well, you can see from the scoreboard that the first half wasn't very kind to the Knights, as Monroe is up big time here to start the second half. Let's see if something changes or it's more of the same from the first half. Monroe is in control right now. They have possession of the ball, and interesting to see from Monroe is they still have a lot of their starters here in the game. Rusa Rio is still in the game, number 20. She has 5 goals on the game already, 45 on the season. She's definitely the biggest surprise, seeing her still out there, but there's a one-on-one breakaway. Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin was there. She didn't make the save, but Rakowski did. Rakowski tested early and often in that first half, tested early in the second half as well. She's up to the challenge right now, though. Deep into the offensive zone for the Knights. Nothing there. West gets control after that bad pass from Monroe, but West's pass wasn't much better. Trying to find Boyle and Silveria. Neither of them could get to that ball. Missed opportunity. Played in through. Madison D'Amico's there, but she had it just stolen away from her. Guess who? It's Rusa. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Nothing I can say that's going to sum that up. So I'm just going to steal from the great Al Michaels and say, she did what? Wow, that was incredible. Oh, it doesn't count. Wow. I looked down for a moment just to make a note on my sheet, and it didn't count. Man, that's got to stink. Score a goal that beautiful and it not count because you're offsides. I'm sure the Knights are breathing a sigh of relief. Here comes Monroe carrying it. And Russo was trying to stay on sides there. Took a step back, but as soon as she took the step back, that's when the ball was going forward, so she found herself out of position. Not a great clear attempt there from the Knights. Gives possession to Monroe once again. Juju Melendez and Madison D'Amico do a good job to get it back, but they give it right back to Monroe. Ow. Juju Melendez is tough. She took that one right off the noggin. Staying in the game, and she kept running right through, too. Didn't phase her one bit. Long throw from Green there. Or excuse me, that's not Green. That is McPherson, the other player from Maryland. Is a corner kick for Monroe. As Rusa is slow to get up. She's up, though. Looks to be all right. Actually, it won't be a corner kick. Instead, it's a free kick from a very interesting spot. Good kick right to a Monroe player who was at the top of the box. Thought it was going to be a one-time shot. Instead, it'll go down as a missed opportunity, but one that Monroe can certainly afford to miss. We've played over 5 minutes here in the second half. And we had a beautiful almost goal for Monroe that was taken off the board because of an offsides. Green chases that one down. Plays it back to Wakefield, the goalkeeper. Good defensive pressure being applied from the forwards of the Knights. That's number 11, Jessica Silveria, sophomore out of Kenwood High School. Good effort here from the Knights in the second half, which is, I'm sure, exactly what Coach Fiedler wanted to see. Wanted to see his team pick up the effort. Go into halftime down 11. You know that the game at that point is decided. What you really want to see into the second half is make a few adjustments, better effort, and you just want to see something that gives you hope moving into the second game. Moving into the next game, excuse me. Be a good athlete. So many times to be a good athlete, you just have to have a short memory. Not just, but you have to have a short memory. Sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. Here's Monroe. Offsides, not by much. Half a step, maybe. But definitely offsides. Or maybe it wasn't an offsides call because Monroe's the one with possession. Split the uprights. Good for 3 points in some games, but not here this afternoon. Almost another goal there from Monroe. Knights taking over for how long? That's been their biggest problem here in this game is the possession. It's almost like every time they get possession, they give it right back to Monroe, or Monroe does something to take it right back. Like you just saw there, Michaela Boyle, the frustration on full display. She had that ball taken away from her as soon as it got to her, pretty much. Knights will still have possession here, as we have played over 10 minutes so far in the second half. West, chance, shot, it's good! The goose egg! It's finally over. And wow, the Monroe player is on the ground knowing that the clean sheet was ended 100% because of the mistake made from the defense. Instead of just clearing the ball out of the defensive zone, they tried to carry it a little bit. West came through, stole it away, put it into the back of the net, and now we got a Monroe player out there whose pride is hurt. I believe that's number 5, Taylor Clark, either that or number 6, Justina Meneses. Regardless, a huge mistake made by Monroe gives the goal to the Knights. And Monroe scores another one just to make sure that there was no question as to who the dominant team was. Anything you can do, I can do better, I guess, even though that was already obvious. West got the goal, and then Rusa Horario got another one. That's 6 now this afternoon for the sophomore out of Finland. Madison D'Amico clears that out of the defensive zone. Good job.
Monroe goal scored by number 20, Rosa Rio. Assisted by number 10, Janina Zerba. Goal 56-44.
McGrath can't field that one cleanly. Turnover there from Monroe. Knights trying to build on the momentum that they established with that goal. Effort has been so much better here in the second half for the Knights. Right there on display. That was a play that the Knights just weren't getting in the first half. Doesn't lead to much, but it'll go down as a shot on goal. Man, that's a stat, interesting stat. You look at the scoreboard. Shots on goal compared to these two teams. 17 shots on goal for Monroe compared to only 2 for the Knights. That certainly says it all, that's for sure. Monroe playing keep away right now, working it to the defenders and now switching fields. Good through ball, but Juju Melendez sniffed that one out. Saw it coming. She couldn't clear it, though, so that's why Monroe still has hope. And Paige McGrath, I'm sure she needed that one for her own good. She was the one who made that big mistake in the box on the other side. She makes up for it, getting another goal. It's her second of the afternoon. 13th of the game for Monroe.
Monroe goal scored by number 4, Paige McGrath. That's number 23, Tess Parker. Back goal, 60 minutes, 11 seconds.
Foul committed there by Monroe. Will give possession to the Knights. 10 yards in front of the midfield line. Madison D'Amico, good kick there, but no one near it. Bailey D'Amico was streaking that way, but couldn't get it. Looks like she just ran into a Monroe defender. Here comes West. What a tremendous move, carrying this ball into the box, and no foul call. That was a great tackle, the ref says. And for a moment, it looked like the Knights were going to be able to get another goal there. And their effort is just really picked up here in the second half. They're starting to force opportunities that just weren't there for them in the first half. Now, some of that has to do with maybe the play for Monroe has become a little bit sloppy. They've definitely made some mistakes here in the second half that they weren't making in the first half. But, hey, the Knights are taking advantage of them. There's a mistake there from the Knights that gives a free kick to Monroe. This one about 20 yards outside of the box. So this isn't great goal scoring area, but you put this into the middle, let fate take over. That's what they were trying to do, but a little bit too far on the outside and also a little bit too much mustard on it as well. There's Rusa, opportunity. Oh, wow, that was good soccer there. Smart move. Rusa didn't have much of a angle there for the shot, and also might as well let some of the teammates get in on the goal scoring as well. I'm not sure about the celebration. I think that's a little bit too much when you're up 14-1, but hey, that's just my old school dad talking. 14-1 is the score. Under 25 minutes left to play. Nightmare game continues for the Knights. So it was nice that Theana got to get in on the scoring, as she had been the one doing all the assisting. Finally, she got in on the scoring action. Played into the middle is a nice change. That was a nice play. Put that into a nice goal, a potential nice goal scoring area, but too many white jerseys around. And also maybe they weren't trying to go for goal anyway. Rain looks like it stopped here in this one. Sun almost looks like it wants to come out. Sure, that doesn't make much of a difference here for the Knights. Still a miserable afternoon. Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin, good effort, but couldn't get to it. The run continues here for Monroe. It'll end with a corner. They'll take that, far sideline. Here comes the corner, as we are now in the 20-minute mark of this second half. Good head ball there from Madison D'Amico. Got that out of the danger zone for now. Possession will remain with Monroe, though. Into the middle, Rusa's there. She's offsides, not by much. Man, that one was real close. Madison D'Amico seemed to be right there, but Rusa apparently was a step in front. Substitution coming into the game for Monroe. Number 12, Kimberly McPherson, will take a seat on the bench, as well as someone else. I didn't see who that other player was, but coming into the game for them is number 15, Lauren Howard, and number 13, Jade Staten. Jade, a freshman out of Rochester, New York, and Lauren Howard, a freshman out of Warsaw, New York. This is a sophomore-heavy team. Well, it's got more sophomores than the Knights does, at least. Still a lot of freshmen, but more of those freshmen are coming into the game as the sophomores are seeing their last action of the contest. 14-11 is our score right now. Under 20 minutes to play. Jocelyn Martinez-Morfin throw in, far sideline. Michaela Boyle carries. Shot. Nice effort on the save. Not much of an angle there for Boyle, but I'm sure she just wanted to rip off a shot. She hasn't had much of an opportunity. She is the leading goal scorer here for the Knights. Comes into today's contest with 12 goals. The Knights have had trouble finding goal here in this game. It's almost like they can't buy a goal. The only goal they got was a great effort play by West, but that play became possible because of a mistake made by Monroe. I don't mean that to take anything away from West, though, because if she wasn't hustling, she wouldn't have been there to make the play. Offsides call there goes against Monroe. West went up there with the head, thought the ball was going to be back down when she got onto the ground. She was looking around for it. She couldn't find it, though, and that's because Monroe had possession. Now the Knights have possession. Good defensive play by West to steal it at the midfield line, but they can't do anything with it afterwards. Through ball goes through everyone, and it's picked up by Madison D'Amico as she clears it out. Monroe will still have possession here. As quickly as the opportunity presented itself, it's just as quickly as it went away. Knights had a chance, watched it go out of bounds. They'll get another chance, though, here. After a turnover from Monroe. Gracie Halpin through the hip right into the Monroe player, Adria Kaczynski. Kaczynski took the fall and got the call. Madison D'Amico catches up to that one, kicks it out of bounds again. Under 15 minutes left to play. And Monroe is still knocking on opportunity's door here. And this nightmare game is going to continue here for the Knights. I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you for joining us here this afternoon. Thank you for joining us all season long. This hasn't been the best day for the Knights, but it's been a good season overall. Whether it's women's soccer, men's soccer, or volleyball action, it's been an exciting fall for sports here at CCBC Essex. A lot of that has to do with the awesome support we get from you, the fans. That's why I want to encourage you guys in the late stages of this season, come out to a game if you can. More importantly, if you haven't already come out to a game this season. We are headed down the stretch and into tournament time. We'll be back on the 16th of October for more CCBC athletics. Hope to see you then. Here's Monroe, big kick, and it's saved by Rakowski. Rakowski, not the normal goalie for the night. She's been thrusted into the starting lineup because of an injury to Peyton Abruzzi. Rakowski would like to forget today, but overall, she's been great in relief for Abruzzi. Makes your job a lot easier when you're a head coach, when you know you got two quality keepers on your staff. Eske, nice tackle there. Get that ball away from Monroe, if only for a second. Monroe, far sideline. They'll take over again after that ball went out of bounds. Eske cleared it out of the danger zone for a moment, but Monroe still with possession. 10 minutes left to play. Juju Melendez, good head ball. Get that out of the defensive zone. Once again, only for a moment, so Monroe will still have possession here. Job by Madison D'Amico, clear that out. Once again, just for a second, the Knights can't clear it out altogether. Instead, they just keep giving throw-in opportunities to Monroe, except this time it's a corner kick. Under 10 minutes to play now, and a corner kick has been given to Monroe. Green will take the kick. Ball's in the air. Great corner. 3 black jerseys there, but none of them could get a piece of the body on the ball and direct it towards the goal. They'll still have possession, though. So it was cleared out of bounds by Juju Melendez. Oh, almost. Another goal. Very close to being the 15th goal of the game for Monroe there. Didn't have much of an angle, but somehow almost found a way to get a goal. Juju Melendez will take the throw as finally the offensive possession for Monroe comes to an end. Monroe near sideline. Here they come once again after the quick offensive possession for the Knights. And once again, Madison D'Amico, right time, right place, kicks that one out of bounds. And another corner kick given to Monroe. Ooh. Bailey D'Amico took a hard fall over there on the turf. I don't know if the feet got tangled up or maybe you're just slick on the turf over there, but on top of that, the call didn't go her way either. Usually don't see her react like that. But then again, this has been a frustrating afternoon for the Knights, their players, their coaches, and their fans. Monroe with control here, near sideline. Juju Melendez does a great job defensively, put a stop to that offensive attack for the moment. It'll be another corner kick, though, here for Monroe. They're still hungry for goals, up 14-1, but they want that 15th goal. They got 20 shots on goal. Could the 21st shot on goal be the 15th goal of the game? Wow, it just dawned on me. 20 shots on goal, 14 goals. What a ratio. May never see that again. That's honestly some video game stuff right there. Knights with possession, midfield line, switching Fields over to Melendez on the near side, who goes over to West with a long pass, but it's sniffed out by Lauren Howard of Monroe, and with under 5 minutes to play, Monroe will take over possession once again. Nice play at the midfield line from Boyle, though. As now the Knights have possession. Through ball to West, right outside the box. Can she turn and get the cross off? She can. But the black jerseys were there. Fatigue. Definitely setting in here for the Knights. You can't blame them. They've been running ragged here this afternoon. Nightmare game for the Knights will continue for at least another 3 minutes. Well, I know the scoreboard's not a friend to the Knights right now. It reads 14-1, but this second half for the Knights got to be somewhat of a moral victory if that's a thing. They came into the second half down 11-0, so they held Monroe in check for the most part in the goal-scoring area, and also found a way to break the scoreless run as they got a goal finally in the game. Here's Monroe trying to take advantage of the transition opportunity. Couldn't do it there. Knights take over. Good defensive effort there from a player who spends most of their time in a forward position, as Bailey D'Amico came from the forward position, stole that ball away from Monroe at the midfield line. And now 2 minutes is all that separates these two teams from that clock hitting triple zeros. Santoro finds Boyle. Boyle over to Halpin, who gives it right back to Boyle. And Boyle has it taken away from her. Here comes Monroe. Can they hold on for the last 90 seconds? They can't. Here come the Knights. Boyle's got space, but she's also got a defender coming on her backside. And that defender caught up in a hurry. Martinez Morfin going to get called for that one. Looked like an accidental trip. Looked like she was going for a clean tackle, but that ball was there for 1 second, and then it wasn't. Nice fancy footwork from the Monroe midfielder. "60-second alert. Monroe is goal hungry in the final 60 seconds. Doesn't look like they're going to get it. Will it end at just 14? I don't know. Monroe has got 45 seconds left. They look like they want one more goal. They're not going to get it on that play. And with 30 seconds left, it looks like that'll be all she wrote. The Knights, I'm sure, are going to take their sweet time here with this free kick. Boot it as far as they can down the other side of the field and just let the clock run out. That is exactly what's going to happen. As the final 10 seconds are ticking off the clock, want to take this opportunity once again to thank you guys for coming and spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We'll be back again October 16th. At 6 o'clock for more CCBC Essex athletic action. Until then, though, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.